General Hospital spoilers reveal that ABC Soap dropped its preview video for the week of June 9 to 13, and fans need to brace for another explosive 5 days in Port Charles. The video opens with an intense confrontation between Natalia Ramirez and Sonny Corinthos. The two seem to be in a car together, as Natalia warns her former friend that she's in serious trouble, and so is he. Sonny looks on after she makes the statement, trying to digest exactly what she means. As fans know, Natalia was hauled in for a DUI during the Friday, June 6 episode, and while she was desperately trying to get a hold of her lawyer's son, Marco Rios, ADA Justine Turner got to her first and suggested they chat about Sonny. What did Natalia tell ADA Turner? And could Sonny be in danger of getting hauled off by the police? Was Natalia privy to any of Sonny's organized crime dealings, enough to incriminate him? Ada Turner is gunning for the mob boss, so only time will tell. As the promo progresses, Christina Corinthos Davis is at the Metro Court pool, sitting across from Cody Bell as she asks him, "How would you like to make some money?" He gives almost an accepting shrug after she says this. So will he start working at the bar, along with Christina? Now that Lucky Spencer is leaving town this week, she'll need someone to fill his position. Speaking of, Lucky's voice can be heard during the next set of scenes saying, "I've come to say goodbye," as mirage of faces flash throughout the GH Weekly preview, including Lulu Spencer's, Isaiah Gannon, and Elizabeth Liz Baldwin. Portia Robinson is included in this, violently throwing something in her office, but something tells fans that this clip has nothing to do with Lucky leaving Port Charles. The last scene of the General Hospital promo centers on the Corinthos versus Corinthos divorce and child custody hearing. It looks like things will pick up from where they left off, as Sasha Corbin's delivery of Daisy Gilmore Corinthos put a hold on the proceedings. However, it sounds like Judge Eva Heron will come to a decision at some point during the week of June 9 to 13. A final clip reveals the courtroom as the judge states that full, physical, and legal custody too. As the camera pans the room to reveal the shocked looks of Nina Reeves, Drew Kane, Carly Spencer, as well as Willow Corinthos and Michael Corinthos. Of course, fans will have to tune in to find out the judge's decision. General Hospital spoilers hint that the child custody ruling will rock the land of Port Charles. Whether Willow gets full guardianship of Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos, or Michael. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Here is your General Hospital spoilers video sneak peek for the week of June 9, 2025. The judge reaches a decision this week as Willow and Michael's custody fight draws to a conclusion. The judge now knows that both spouses committed adultery, but the first spouse to fully cheat did it after the other spouse semi-cheated. However, when the other spouse fully cheated, she didn't know her husband had fully cheated. To make matters more complicated, the husband's cheating partner gave birth on the floor of the courtroom with the wife delivering the baby. So now that the whole truth is out there, the judge can make her final decision about who gets custody of Wiley and Amelia. Drew is expected to stoop to a new low this week, while Michael tries to appeal to Willow's senses. That means this can go either way, so Michael and Willow both better brace themselves for full impact. Lucky is ready to skip Port Charles and resume his life of travel as a missionary who abandons his family for a more adventurous life. It's what he's good at, so who knows when he will ever return to his hometown again? After all, he was gone for nearly 10 years before gracing PC with his presence again last fall. As Lucky says goodbye to Lulu, Elizabeth does her best to move on. She knows she made the right decision not allowing Lucky to get too close again, but it still stings. Sonny gets involved with Natalia again when she tells him that they are both in trouble. She is facing a drunk driving charge while he is on Turner's radar. Turner even wants to use Natalia to get to Sonny, so is that why Natalia calls him next? Is it all part of a plan? When Christina and Cody meet up at the Metro Court pool, Christina asks Cody if he'd like to make some extra money. What might Cody end up doing that could jeopardize his relationship with Molly? With the news that Emmy winner Kelly Thiebaud is returning to General Hospital next month, fans are speculating about what happens to the two men who had ill-fated relationships with Dr. Britt Westburn. Are we ready for some romantic complications coming this summer? While General Hospital has not yet confirmed that Thiebaud will once again be playing Britt, the fact that she was mentioned at the end of the June 6 episode has people convinced that the Bridge is indeed back. This will be a tall feat for GH, considering that Britt was already suffering from Huntington's disease when Heather Weber's poison hook got her, and she died in Liesel's arms aboard the Haunted Star. Soaps have brought characters back from worse, but Britt's death was pretty explicit. If GH does resurrect Britt and Thiebaud is not playing a new character, she could have two built-in love interests ready to go. Jason and Britt barely had a chance at romance before Jason inexplicably married Carly for a few hours and then died a few weeks later. They spent a summer on the run, falling for one another, but Jason broke things off just weeks after they returned to Port Charles. He agreed to marry Carly for the sake of the business when they believed Sonny was dead. They were even in love for a hot minute before Sonny returned on their wedding night. Jason later took off to Greece with Britt to rescue Britt's mother, Liesel, and Jason's brother, Drew. It looked like Jason and Britt were growing close again when Jason was presumed dead after a tunnel explosion. Britt mourned him for months, but had to move on with her life. When Jason returned last year and learned what had happened to Britt, he was devastated, showing he clearly still had feelings for her. Jason has been without a love interest ever since, so Britt could end up being the one for him. However, Britt had someone else in her life when she allegedly died. When Cody parachuted into the Metro Court pool 3 summers ago, he was intended as Britt's new love interest. He landed right on her, which resulted in that typical soap tension between opposites who attract. The characters clashed for months before they began to trust one another and be honest with each other, but then Britt's diagnosis got in the way. Before Britt died, she threw a big birthday party for herself and then planned to skip town so she wouldn't burden anyone with her illness. With Cody mentioning Britt and how they met when talking to Molly recently, it seems that GH might be setting up a Britt/Cody/Molly triangle. However, never forget that lonely Jason is still out there, so this could go either way. General Hospital spoilers update for Monday, June 9, reveals that Michael Corinthos' plan will be derailed while Carly Spencer has a proposal reaction. Lulu Spencer will also get some awful news, so there'll be some highs and lows happening all over town. For starters, Lucky Spencer will give Lulu updates on Elizabeth Baldwin rejecting his marriage offer. Lulu will also find out about Lucky's decision to leave Port Charles, so she'll be sad to see him go. However, Lulu knows Lucky is a lot like Luke Spencer was when it comes to his desire to roam the world and do adventurous things. That's why Lulu won't put up too much of a fight on this tough goodbye. Meanwhile, Elizabeth will share all the latest info with Lucas Jones, so he'll hear about the failed engagement and Lucky's choice to depart PC. Over with Brooke Lynn Quartermain, she'll talk to Harrison Chase about moving beyond her past blunders. Brooke Lynn will be ready to embrace a new truthful chapter, but she'll worry about Giovanni Gio Palmieri since he's shutting out the people who care about him. Gio will show off his stubborn side once again on Monday's GH episode. Although Gio wants to be independent following all the adoption revelation drama, he could use more support deep down. Emma Scorpio Drake will continue to be there for Gio, but Brooke Lynn and Dante Falconieri will hope Gio might open his heart to them sooner or later. Next, Christina Corinthos Davis will come up with an idea, but it could be risky if it involves a strategy to handle the blackmail mess that Alexis Davis is up against. As for Cody Bell, he'll meet with Carly and try to sell her on a new proposal. It looks like Cody will cook up a surprise in the love department and get Carly on board with using a Metro Court location. Fans will also see Ava Jerome connect with Marco Rios during a poolside card game, so Lucas may be surprised over them getting along so well. At the courthouse, Willow Corinthos will call Nina Reeves out for hiding things. Nina may have to address the paternity shocker she blabbed to Rick and hope that the rest of her secrets stay buried. At some point, Michael will call Willow and admit the family moment they shared with the kids was nice. It'll leave Michael eager to speak with Willow privately before the hearing resumes, so Willow and Nina will hope this is good news regarding an agreement. Unfortunately, Drew will make a mess of things after he vents to Rick and makes a bold move. General Hospital spoilers for the next 3 weeks, June 9 to June 27, reveal that Ava Jerome will extend a mystery invite while Sonny Corinthos and Carly Spencer face a curveball. Emma Scorpio Drake will also carry out a risky trick, so there's a lot coming up on the ABC soap. The week of June 9 to 13 will bring Lucky Spencer's farewell to Lulu Spencer, Laura Collins, and others as he leaves Port Charles behind. Next, the custody feud will take a startling turn as Drew Kane delivers a low blow and throws off Michael Corinthos' attempt to compromise with Willow Corinthos. Sonny and Carly will face a curveball along with Jason Morgan, since Michael's set to give them all some stunning news. Afterward, there will be another courtroom jaw-dropper that throws everyone for a loop. As for Ava, she'll have an invitation for someone who hasn't been revealed in GH spoilers yet. Who will be on the receiving end of this mystery invite? Since Christina Corinthos Davis seems poised to cause more drama, will Ava meet with her for a blackmail-related confrontation? Regardless, Alexis Davis will find herself under more pressure as she worries about keeping both Christina and herself out of prison. During the week of June 16 to 20, Willow and Michael will have to live with the results of their court battle. Who will pull off a win in the custody case, and how will it affect their family moving forward? Back with Jason, he'll keep his promise to Anna Devane and investigate Professor Henry Hank Dalton, which could put Jocelyn Jacks on edge if he interferes with her own WSB mission. Jocelyn and Vaughn will strengthen their bond as the action heats up, so things could eventually take a romantic turn between them. Speaking of romantic turns, Carly will ultimately have a special gift for Jack Brennan as they carve out some time for their relationship. The week of June 23 to 27 could bring some discoveries related to Professor Dalton's lab, especially once Jocelyn gets deeper into the summer research assistant gig. Of course, Jason's threat will linger, since he could find out too much and put Jocelyn's new career in jeopardy. The last thing Jocelyn wants is for her cover to get blown. As for Emma, she'll be playing a dangerous game. It's clear that Emma is trying to seduce Professor Dalton and use his attraction to get closer to the information she wants. However, there are a lot of ways that plan could go horribly wrong, so Emma may find herself in over her head. Finally, Ada Turner will continue her efforts to go after Sonny. Although Sonny thinks he can handle the threat, Ada Turner may find ways to surprise him. General Hospital spoilers reveal that ABC soap dropped its preview video for the week of June 9 to 13, and fans need to brace for another explosive 5 days in Port Charles. The video opens with an intense confrontation between Natalia Ramirez and Sonny Corinthos. The two seem to be in a car together, as Natalia warns her former friend that she's in serious trouble, and so is he. Sonny looks on after she makes the statement, trying to digest exactly what she means. As fans know, Natalia was hauled in for a DUI during the Friday, June 6 episode, and while she was desperately trying to get a hold of her lawyer's son, Marco Rios, Ada Justine Turner got to her first and suggested they chat about Sonny. What did Natalia tell Ada Turner, and could Sonny be in danger of getting hauled off by the police? General Hospital spoilers state the daytime drama just released its preview video for the week of June 9 to 13, and there are some interesting insights into the drama fans should expect over the next 5 days. A clip is shown during this week's GH promo of Cody Bell and Christina Corinthos Davis's at the Metro Court Pool together as Christina asks Cody, "How would you like to make some money?" As fans know, Lucky Spencer is leaving town this week, and Christina will need a new bartender at Charlie's to take Lucky's place, so will Cody take the job? Cody entering Christina's orbit on this level could offer an interesting dynamic. After all, Lucky's exit leaves a hole in Christina's Ava Jerome and Rick Lansing car crash and blackmail storyline. With no co-conspirator to vent to, will Christina be able to cope? Enter Cody as Lucky's replacement. Cody entering the equation will certainly stir the pot in many ways, considering he's also got a budding romance with Christina's sister, Molly Lansing Davis. If Cody starts working closely with Christina, will he overhear how she cut Rick's brakes, intending for them to be Ava's, which caused Rick's massive car accident with Elizabeth Liz Baldwin? Will he also learn about how the duo are blacking Alexis Davis into laundering funds from the Cassadine estate? Then again, if Christina and Cody get closer on a friendship level, she may spill the beans, needing to confide in someone about what's going on in her life. Cody and Molly are likely headed towards some sort of romance, and the two could secure this in the days or weeks ahead. After all, they pretended to be boyfriend and girlfriend at the 2025 Nurses Ball and had an amazing time doing so. Cody being in the know about not only what Christina did, and Rick in turn blackmailing Molly's mom and sister, would place Cody in a very messy circumstance. This is kind of turmoil and conflict is what soapy storyline dreams are made of. Watching Cody struggle with what he knows, and possibly helping Christina keep things hidden for Molly's sake, will be an arc that keeps fans at the edge of their seats, all while trying to romance Molly in the process. Cody working with Christina won't be the best way for him to get his romantic relationship with Molly off the ground. General Hospital spoilers tease that the storyline could get even deeper if Christina and Cody find their bond over this secret intensifying so much that they feel romantic sparks. General Hospital spoilers hint that while nothing has been confirmed by either the soap or actress Sophia Matson regarding an exit, this doesn't mean it's possible. While fans are bracing themselves for Chad Duell, who plays Michael Corinthos, to depart on the show in the new year, thanks to the actor's announcement on social media recently. Dex Heller's recent exit shocked GH viewers. Audiences should always expect the unexpected in Port Charles, so could Sasha be next? Sasha first entered storylines in 2018, pretending to be Nina Reeves' long-lost daughter. Since then, she's been on a road to redemption, becoming a heroine of sorts on the soap. She fell in love with Brando Corbin, and the two ended up having a son together. However, the newborn passed away shortly after his birth. Unfortunately, Brando ended up passing away as well, due to the Hook serial killer, who fans found out later was Heather Weber. Big trouble. A scandal has been uncovered. Drew's shocking hidden truth has come to light with the release of a video exposing him as the person responsible for orchestrating the explosion at Sonny's apartment. Sasha struggled to move on, but did end up falling in love with Cody Bell. Still, that relationship ended in sadness when the two found out they were cousins. Robert Scorpio is the biological father of Sasha, while Cody's bio dad is Max Scorpio. Still, recent episodes hint at even more danger on the horizon for Sasha. Despite all of Sasha's recent heartbreak, she continues to try to move forward. Upon finding out that Cody was her cousin, a drunken one-night stand with Michael resulted in a pregnancy. Unfortunately, the only people who know about this are Sasha, Maxie Jones, and the vile villain, Jen Sidwell. Fans saw Sidwell's return unravel during the Tuesday, December 17 show as Sasha was reflecting upon a sad anniversary, the passing of baby Liam. she was praying alone in the church as Sidwell was in a pew at the back. Unbeknownst to Sasha, who prayed out loud and was asking God to protect her unborn child, Sidwell now knows that she is with child. As he kidnapped her once before, and he's back in Port Charles, the danger surrounding Sasha continues. But could the show decide to create a plot twist that ends Sasha's story in the little town? Could Sidwell be behind it all? Fans will have to tune in to find out. In the quiet town of Port Charles, a heated custody battle took a terrifying turn, leaving residents reeling and a family fighting for answers. What began as a legal dispute between Michael Corinthos and Willow Tate over their children, Wiley and Amelia, spiraled into a life-or-death crisis when Michael collapsed in court, poisoned by an unknown assailant. This shocking event, unfolding in the heart of the courtroom, has gripped the community, raising questions about betrayal, motives, and the safety of those involved. As investigations deepen and suspicions mount, Port Charles braces for revelations that could change everything. The drama began weeks ago when Michael Corinthos and Willow Tate, once a united couple, faced off in a bitter custody hearing for their 2 young children. The proceedings were already fraught with emotion, intensified by a dramatic interruption when Sasha, a close friend, went into labor in the courtroom. This forced a temporary halt, giving both sides time to regroup, but also heightening tensions. When the hearing resumed, Michael, recently recovered from a prolonged medical treatment in Germany, sought equal custody, emphasizing the importance of both parents in Wiley and Amelia's lives. Willow, however, stood firm, arguing for sole custody. She cited Michael's long absence and health struggles as reasons to question his reliability, determined to provide stability for their children. The courtroom buzzed with anticipation as attorneys presented passionate arguments. Michael's legal team highlighted his recovery and commitment to co-parenting, while Willow's attorneys portrayed her as the steadfast caregiver who held the family together during Michael's absence. Just as the debate intensified, the unthinkable happened. Midway through the session, Michael began showing signs of distress. Rubbing his temples and appearing disoriented, he suddenly cried out in pain, collapsing to the floor in violent convulsions. The courtroom erupted in chaos as onlookers watched in horror. Willow, a trained nurse with years of experience at General Hospital, recognized the severity of the situation and sprang into action. Suspecting poisoning, she directed the bailiff to call an ambulance while tending to Michael, whose condition worsened by the second. Paramedics rushed Michael to General Hospital, where Dr. Portia Robinson and her team worked tirelessly to stabilize him. Tests confirmed Willow's fears. Michael had been poisoned with a rare and dangerous toxin. As he lay unconscious, his condition critical, the medical team could only offer supportive care, uncertain of his chances for recovery. The news sent shockwaves through Port Charles, with Michael's parents, Sonny and Carly Corinthos, racing to his bedside, demanding answers and vowing justice. As Michael fought for his life, the tight-knit Port Charles community grappled with fear and speculation. Sonny, a powerful figure known for taking matters into his own hands, launched a private investigation, determined to uncover the truth. Carly remained a pillar of strength, comforting Wiley and Amelia while praying for her son's recovery. After hours of uncertainty, Michael opened his eyes, whispering for his children in a moment of cautious hope. Though awake, he remained fragile, with doctors warning that the poison's long-term effects were still unknown. The Port Charles Police Department swiftly launched a criminal investigation, interviewing courtroom attendees and reviewing security footage. The timing of the attack, during such a high-stakes hearing, pointed to a personal motive. Suspicion quickly fell on Drew Kane, a figure entangled in Willow's life during Michael's absence. Drew's past actions, including his interference in Michael's medical treatment in Germany, had already raised red flags. Many in town speculated that Drew, seeking to secure Willow's trust and custody of the children, might have orchestrated the poisoning to eliminate Michael. Drew, called in for questioning, denied any involvement, insisting he would never resort to such a heinous act. Yet, his close relationship with Willow and history of manipulative behavior fueled doubts. Willow, torn between her trust in Drew and the mounting accusations, struggled to reconcile her emotions. Meanwhile, Sonny's private investigation intensified, his determination to protect his family unwavering. As Michael slowly regained strength, he too began piecing together the events leading to his collapse. Though wary of Drew, he urged police to look beyond assumptions, determined to uncover the truth. The investigation revealed a tangled web of relationships and motives, with whispers of Drew's deeper involvement in Willow's life, including a secret affair with her mother, Nina Reeves, that could shatter Willow's trust if exposed. The week of June 9 to 13, 2025, promises more twists in this unfolding saga. The custody battle, once the focal point, has taken a backseat to the urgent need for justice. Willow faces a personal reckoning, grappling with Drew's potential betrayal and her own choices. A pivotal phone call from Michael hints at a possible compromise, but rumors suggest it comes with a condition: bearing Drew from their children's lives. Willow's response could reshape the Corinthos family dynamics. Elsewhere, Port Charles buzzes with related dramas. Nina Reeves, desperate to protect her secrets, faces a confrontation with Willow that could unravel their fragile bond. Drew's political career teeters as rumors of corruption surface, with a potential whistleblower threatening to expose his misdeeds. Other residents, from Tracy Quartermain to Elizabeth Baldwin, navigate their own challenges, adding layers to the town's complex tapestry of relationships and rivalries. Michael Corinthos' poisoning has shaken Port Charles to its core, exposing vulnerabilities and testing loyalties. What began as a custody dispute has become a fight for survival, truth, and justice. As Michael recovers, the focus shifts to protecting Wiley and Amelia from further harm and uncovering the perpetrator behind this chilling act. The crisis has brought clarity to a fractured family, reminding them of the strength found in unity and love. For the residents of Port Charles, this is a moment to reflect on trust, resilience, and the bonds that hold a community together. As the investigation continues and secrets unravel, one thing is certain: the truth will come to light, and its impact will resonate far beyond the courtroom. Stay tuned to General Hospital for the next chapter in this gripping saga, airing on ABC from June 9 to 13, 2025. In the close-knit community of Port Charles, the return of Michael Corinthos was meant to be a moment of celebration. After months of recovery in Germany following a severe burn injury, Michael was eager to reunite with his children, 6-year-old Wiley and younger daughter Amelia, and rebuild his life with his family. However, what began as a hopeful homecoming quickly spiraled into a heart-wrenching custody battle that culminated in a shocking courtroom incident, leaving the town reeling. Michael's absence had been a challenging time for his family. His partner, Willow Corinthos, stepped up as the sole caregiver for their children, balancing parenting with her career and a budding relationship with Drew Kane. On the surface, Willow appeared to manage admirably, but Michael's return revealed underlying tensions that would soon erupt into a legal firestorm. Upon his return, Michael noticed a change in Wiley. The once vibrant boy was quiet and withdrawn, hesitant to embrace his father after such a long separation. Determined to reconnect, Michael spent quality time with Wiley, playing in the park, sharing meals, and reading bedtime stories. Slowly, the father-son bond strengthened, and Wiley began to share his feelings. In heartfelt conversations, Wiley revealed a sense of loneliness that broke Michael's heart. He spoke of Willow's frequent absences, often leaving him and Amelia with a nanny. Wiley described nights when his baby sister cried, with only the nanny to comfort her, and mornings when Drew, not Willow, was there to greet him. Michael listened patiently, careful not to influence Wiley's words, but the boy's confessions painted a troubling picture of emotional neglect. These revelations set the stage for a bitter custody dispute. Michael sought to reclaim his role as a primary parent, while Willow defended her actions, arguing she had done her best under difficult circumstances. The courtroom became a battleground, with both sides presenting compelling arguments. Willow's legal team highlighted Michael's prolonged absence and its impact on the children, while Michael's attorneys countered with testimony from household staff and a therapist report documenting Wiley's emotional distress. The turning point came when the judge made an unusual decision to allow Wiley to speak privately in chambers, accompanied by a child advocate and both legal teams. Despite his young age, Wiley spoke with remarkable clarity. He expressed love for both parents, but shared how often he felt alone when Willow was away, sometimes for multiple nights. He recounted feeling scared when Amelia cried and how he longed for his mother's presence. When asked about his father's return, Wiley's face brightened as he said, "I feel like I have my family again. I feel safe." Wiley's words carried immense weight, but the drama escalated when he returned to the courtroom. Overwhelmed by emotion and growing defensive, Willow confronted Wiley, asking why he would say such things. "I didn't lie," Wiley responded softly, "it's just how I feel." In a moment that stunned everyone, Willow, overcome with frustration, slapped Wiley across the face. The courtroom fell silent. Wiley burst into tears, and Michael rushed to comfort his son, shielding him from further harm. The judge called an immediate recess, ordering court officers to intervene. Willow stood frozen, the gravity of her actions sinking in as the echo of the slap lingered. When the court reconvened, the judge delivered a decisive ruling. While acknowledging the pressures parents face, he condemned Willow's act as an unacceptable loss of control. Combined with Wiley's testimony, evidence of Willow's absences, and her reliance on Drew for parenting, the judge awarded Michael full legal and physical custody of Wiley and Amelia. Willow was granted supervised visitation, contingent on completing parenting classes and psychological counseling. Outside the courthouse, Michael focused on his children, holding them close and promising a brighter future. There was no gloating, only a quiet resolve to protect Wiley and Amelia. Meanwhile, Willow remained in the empty courtroom, devastated by her actions and haunted by the memory of Wiley's tearful face. Drew stayed by her side, offering comfort, but Willow was consumed by regret, unable to escape the consequences of her momentary lapse. The custody battle has left Port Charles grappling with difficult questions about trust, parenting, and the cost of emotional neglect. Wiley's courage in speaking his truth and the shocking courtroom incident have sparked conversations about the pressures of parenthood and the importance of being present for those who matter most. For Michael, the victory is bittersweet, marked by a renewed commitment to his children. For Willow, the road ahead is one of reflection and redemption, as she seeks to rebuild her relationship with Wiley and Amelia. The community watches with empathy, aware that in Port Charles, stories of heartbreak often pave the way for healing and second chances. In the heart of Port Charles, where secrets are as common as morning coffee, a dramatic showdown is unfolding. Tracy Quartermain, a pillar of the town's elite, is poised to unleash a scandal that could rock the lives of Drew Kane and Nina Reeves. As the custody battle over Willow Corinthos' children, Wiley and Amelia, heats up, Tracy's closely guarded knowledge of a clandestine affair between Drew and Nina threatens to turn the courtroom into a stage for betrayal and retribution. With emotions running high and alliances shifting, this explosive revelation could change the course of lives in Port Charles, leaving fans of General Hospital glued to their screens for what's next. Tracy Quartermain is no stranger to power plays, and her latest move could be her most devastating yet. For months, she and her son, Ned, have held onto a bombshell: Drew Kane and Nina Reeves' secret affair. Initially, Tracy saw this as a strategic ace, a way to manipulate Nina when the time was right. Picture her in the opulent Quartermain mansion, sipping coffee and plotting with the precision of a chess master. But patience is wearing thin, and Tracy's grievances against both Drew and Nina are pushing her toward action. Drew's past betrayal stings deeply. He once framed Tracy for a drugging scandal, tarnishing her reputation and leaving a bitter mark. Every glance at the family portraits in the Quartermain estate is a reminder of that slight. Meanwhile, Nina's actions have only fueled Tracy's ire. As a fierce defender of Willow in the custody dispute, Tracy sees Nina's recent missteps, particularly her revelation of Sasha Corbin's baby's paternity to Rick Lansing, as reckless. This disclosure, while truthful, has complicated Michael Corinthos' legal stance and even triggered Sasha's early labor, adding chaos to an already tense situation. For Tracy, these incidents are the final straw, transforming her strategic restraint into a burning desire for payback. Drew Kane isn't helping his case, as the custody battle intensifies the week of June 9 to 13, 2025. Spoilers suggest he's plotting to sabotage a potential resolution between Michael and Willow. This move, likely driven by his own agenda, could be the spark that ignites Tracy's wrath. Imagine a tense moment at the Metro Court, where Tracy overhears Drew's scheming. Her steely gaze narrows, and the decision is made. Enough is enough. Drew's history of deceit, combined with his latest interference, convinces Tracy that exposing his affair with Nina is no longer optional, it's essential. Tracy's resolve is chilling. In her study, she might pull out a hidden file of evidence, photos, messages, or recordings, ready to dismantle Drew's carefully crafted image. This act of retribution isn't just about settling scores. It's about protecting her family and ensuring justice is served. The Port Charles courthouse is set to become the epicenter of this drama. If Tracy chooses to reveal Drew and Nina's affair during the custody hearing, the impact could be seismic. Such a disclosure would paint Drew as a manipulative figure, casting doubt on his influence over Willow and the stability of her home. Picture the courtroom gasping as Tracy, or her proxy, presents irrefutable proof, perhaps a private investigator's report or incriminating texts. The revelation would shift the tide, making Willow's household appear chaotic in the judge's eyes. For Willow, the fallout would be devastating. Seated with her legal team, she might feel her heart sink as the affair is laid bare, tainting her credibility. Tracy's move, while aimed at Drew and Nina, would inadvertently wound Willow, exposing the fragility of trust in Port Charles. The courtroom, with its stark lighting and hushed silences, becomes the perfect stage for Tracy to exact her revenge, ensuring the scandal echoes through the town. Even if Willow secures custody, Tracy's thirst for justice may not be quenched. The thought of Willow and Drew starting anew, perhaps in Washington, D.C., could be unbearable for Tracy. She's not one to let her adversaries escape unscathed. Imagine her at a celebratory dinner for Willow's victory, toasting with a forced smile while plotting her next move. A strategic leak to the Port Charles press or a dramatic reveal at a public event like the nurses' ball could ensure no one gets a happy ending on Tracy's watch. This delayed strike would be a masterclass in vengeance. Willow's moment of triumph would be tainted by whispers of Drew and Nina's betrayal, stripping away their respectability. For Tracy, it's a reminder that she always has the final word. No matter when or how Tracy reveals the affair, Willow Corinthos will bear the emotional brunt. Learning of Drew and Nina's betrayal, whether in the heat of the courtroom or after a hard-fought victory, could shatter her fragile stability. Picture her retreating to her home, staring at old photos with tears streaming down her face, grappling with this new wound. Her anger might spill over in a confrontation at the Quartermain gate, her voice breaking as she demands answers from Tracy. For viewers, Willow's unraveling is a poignant reminder of the cost of vengeance in Port Charles. Tracy's actions, while satisfying her need for retribution, could leave lasting scars, further entangling the web of loyalties and grudges that define the town. Amid the custody chaos, another storyline captivates Port Charles. Emma Scorpio Drake, a driven student at Port Charles University, is reeling after losing a coveted position with Professor Henry Hank Dalton to Jocelyn Jacks. Suspicions swirl that Jocelyn stole Emma's work, a betrayal that cuts deep. Fans are frustrated, wondering why Emma hasn't presented her original files to Dalton to expose the theft. Picture her in her dorm, staring at her laptop, torn between hope and fear of being dismissed. Emma's hesitation is layered. The fear of disbelief, coupled with the emotional sting of a potential friend's betrayal, paralyzes her. Online, fans debate the plot's plausibility, noting that a tech-savvy student like Emma should have backups. Some speculate Dalton's own biases, possibly tied to Emma's past activism against his research, could complicate her quest for justice. This unresolved tension keeps viewers hooked, eager for Emma to find her voice. As Port Charles braces for Tracy's potential bombshell, the stakes couldn't be higher. Her decision to expose Drew and Nina's affair could reshape the custody battle, fracture relationships, and leave Willow grappling with betrayal. Meanwhile, Emma's struggle highlights the personal toll of injustice in a town where trust is a luxury. These intertwined stories remind us why General Hospital remains a gripping saga of love, loyalty, and retribution. As the week of June 9 to 13, 2025 unfolds, viewers will be watching closely, wondering who will emerge unscathed and what secrets will surface next in the ever-turbulent world of Port Charles. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.